All right, everyone. Welcome to this solar eclipse sidereal astrology forecast. This is for Thursday, February 15th, 2018. The days also surrounding the solar eclipse. All right, so yes, solar eclipse in Aquarius. New beginnings now in terms of developing these qualities of a greater sense of individuality, who we are, and because of that, where we can contribute to our communities, our tribe, if you will, and things larger than ourselves. So new beginnings with this, but this is going to be conjunct the South Node, which means that we've already been doing a lot of work with clearing out some of the old energies associated with this over the past year and a half. So there's been some old concepts of self, old concepts of our tribe, where we thought we belong and that kind of thing we've let go of. And so now another step in the right direction with this type of Aquarius energy. So great to sit with the energy around Thursday, see what new does come in. We do have a conjunction with Mercury, which means there might be some new perspectives with this solar eclipse, maybe some new beginnings about our routine, maybe about communication. We do have a square up to Jupiter, so maybe challenging ourselves towards some potentials. I think we can be seeing some potentials with this, and so taking the action steps and the initiative to make them real and to pull them into the long term as well can be fantastic. We also do have a sextile to Uranus, so really adding to the Aquarius side of things. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the chart for the solar eclipse we do have on Thursday. So it will be obviously the days surrounding Thursday. Again, really good to just feel the energy, see what new comes in. It does take time for these cycles to gain momentum, and even us, for us to gain insight and propel whatever these new beginnings are. But subtly around Thursday, new beginnings. And this could very much have to do with our life path, being as it is a solar eclipse. So first of all, Aquarius, right? The constellation, which is all about accessing our individuality, the sense of freedom that comes out when we are accessing who we truly are. So this has already been the emphasis with the South Node transiting Aquarius before Capricorn. It's been about a year and a half. So there's already been a lot of work done here with this. Old modes of self or ideas of self, old ideas of who we are have been released. A lot of past things involving our tribe or our community have been released. And so we've already done the work with the South Node, but now it's another step in the right direction, we'll say, with this, which can be cultivated over the next 6 months to a year with this new beginning. So what new is coming in is still this clearing, though. There's still maybe some old concepts of self, past concepts of who we are, and new ones starting to shape up. And so because of that, also in relation to our tribe or our community, because when we are accessing who we truly are, we naturally, this is already naturally a part of what we are a part of, where we can contribute. When we have a greater sense of who we are and our freedom, we naturally want to contribute and be a part of things larger than ourselves. So new beginnings with this. Some of us community related, others with friends, networks, things like this in a more modern sense. So great to feel out this energy, see what new is coming in, but at the same time, being willing to release the past. There is some things that we're still letting go of because of the South Node transit. Now, what we might be letting go of might have more to do with the Capricorn side of it, since the South Node is technically in Capricorn. By the way, this video is for Sidereal Astrology, so if you are new to the channel, check out the link down below, because we're using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. So anyway, South Node in Capricorn, this does suggest that what we're collectively letting go of for about the next year now will be some old responsibilities, some old, maybe it's commitments, maybe things pertaining to our work or our career or our productive life, right? This is an area that we're bringing back into balance this year. So maybe there's a shift with that. In fact, it's likely going to be pulling on that side of it when it has to do with releasing the past. So letting things go, excellent time for this. See what new comes in. And again, fundamentally, what is coming in collectively is a sense of individuality. And because of that, where we can contribute to things larger than ourselves. So the solar eclipse is going to be conjunct Mercury, so very close conjunction actually. So there could be some new perspectives, some new ideas with this eclipse, which is very nice. Maybe even new modes of understanding about the importance of communication and maybe peers in our life. Mercury is very much like community in the sense that it's about our peers. So it could be those we work with, you know, our neighbors, even our siblings with Mercury. So this kind of new type of perspective about really seeing eye to eye and being willing to exchange with others in equal status, you know, where it's not, I'm just giving information, I'm just receiving information. It's that equality, that synergy between the two. So the importance of communication, the importance of seeing eye to eye, and the importance of learning. Really, just being open to learning and being inquisitive, wanting to learn from others. And if it's not more social like that, maybe it's picking up a book, doing some reading, maybe it's sharing some of your own ideas through writing, right? These types of things, there might be some new beginnings within your personal life. So with that conjunction, the solar eclipse is going to be squaring up to Jupiter. So excellent time to really challenge ourselves towards any ideals. I think with this, and we've already been noticing this since last weekend, is that there are these potentials. We're seeing potentials. We're maybe even seeing opportunities. And so with the square, it's about taking the initiative and the action to make them happen. So great cycle here to do that, to turn those potentials into a reality through slow and steady action. This is basically the first quarter phase of this Jupiter cycle with the sun, because 3 months ago we had the conjunctions with Jupiter here. So this is saying that setting some goals maybe for the next 3 to 9 months might be good in terms of what you do want to cultivate with your potentials in your life, with any insights you might be gaining about what's possible. All right, so with that, the solar eclipse will be sextiling up to Uranus. Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius, which is nice to see this harmony with it. So with Uranus and Pisces, and you could even say this is the dispositor of the solar eclipse since Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's saying that through Pisces, we could be developing these new beginnings. Pisces represents letting go of what's outside of our control, being present. Uranus has been showing us the freedom of doing this and maybe even doing deep psychological work and healing traumas and inhibitions and fears. So if that's going on, excellent time to be present, accept all dimensions of life, accept the present moment, let go of what isn't in our control, which is essentially everything not in the present moment. And this can be tremendously freeing. And it's just a kind of opportunity to do that with Uranus. And speaking of dispositors, the modern ruler of Aquarius is Saturn. And again, just like this Jupiter energy, Saturn is in Sagittarius, right? This is Sidereal again. So with this, there is this, again, through being open-minded, we can be cultivating these new beginnings and some of these potentials, right? Through seeing the power of manifestation through positive thinking or visualization, right? Really, really important right now. Saturn is helping us build some of these potentials for the long term, that, you know, what we build will be through manifestation, will be through open-mindedness, positive thinking, and a willingness to expand our horizons and tap into a bit of that adventurousness and spirit for life. All right, so so that's the important things I would say with the solar eclipse. Essentially what it is, though, sitting with it, seeing where you can bring in this new sense of self that is arising, sense of freedom of self, of our true self, through, again, maybe releasing some of the old concepts of self we've been doing for the past year and a half, and even involving community, where we belong in the tribe or the, you know, groups that are larger than us, And through that, new perhaps tribes, new community, new things that we could be contributing towards with this. Keeping in the context of maybe there's some past responsibilities, some past commitments, and maybe productive things we could be letting go of to make that happen. All right, so that's the gist with it. I do also want to mention that although it's not directly aspecting it, you know, whenever we're talking about the South Node, we do want to talk about the North Node. So as an undercurrent to all of this, just kind of see this as, you know, there's a key to this. And the key to unlocking, I think, these new beginnings and this individuality is focusing on our self-expression. What do we enjoy? What are the things that put a smile on our face, that give us joy, that we can cultivate during this time? Again, we've been doing a lot of the work already, in this case for almost 2 years, with the North Node in Leo. So we're leveling up with this as the North Node finishes Leo now, and developing this self-expression. So asking yourself those kinds of questions, seeing that the underlying key to all of this is doing things that we're passionate about or that we enjoy, and simply expressing ourselves. All right, so here are the transits and transit times with the aspects for those of you who do want to see. There is a minor aspect taking place along with this solar eclipse, other than the ones I mentioned. And this is that Venus is going to be sextiling up to Saturn here around Thursday. The solar eclipse is definitely going to take the forefront, but just do know that there could be this undercurrent of a little bit of stability with relationships. Maybe a bit of stability with our values as well, our sense of self-worth as an underlayer to this. All right, and it could just be an opening to maybe connect with relationships in a stable way and to maybe enjoy some things in a stable way as well. All right, so that's the solar eclipse. As we approach it, you know, the sort of Wednesday time period, really good to get that R&R, that intuitive time, really listen, do some clearing. You know, this whole solar eclipse really is about clearing, right? Letting go of the past, letting go of some old things, not pushing them away, but just bringing that extra attention and allowing them to go, to create some space for what will be these new beginnings. And I think we'll have a greater idea of that over the weekend. We do have some aspects over the weekend, so I'll make a weekend report for that. All right, everyone, so have a fantastic solar eclipse. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon for the weekend forecast. Take care.